we are now actually properly live, as opposed to the couple of fake lives that we've been so far. And I'm really hoping that it's actually worked this time. And I'm also hoping that we have audio. It just needs to check very quickly. Okay, yep, the audio is indeed working. So, hello ladies and gentlemen, we have brand new PLE cards. We've got a whole bunch of new stuff, and there we are. There is the WrestlePalooza Indianapolis, the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes, and we also have the WrestlePalooza Indianapolis Stephanie Vaquer, of course, your new World Heavyweight Women's Champion, which is very, very cool. And it has been a little while since we've had a Cody Rhodes. In the backstage, you'll be able to get Io Sky, who lost to Stephanie Vaquer, and Drew McIntyre, who lost to Cody Rhodes. So I think we're just going to go ahead and buy 4 of these. So let's start with getting the Cody Rhodes. And we're going to go ahead and screenshot that. And of course, we are only a couple of hours away from the Road to Glory. I think it's Road to Glory. There we go. There is a pro American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. I would still really like an image with him with the title over his shoulder. And of course, we're going to get the pro Stephanie Vaquer as well, which is really, really awesome. I'm going to go ahead and screenshot that. I'm very interested to see what the pro animations of these are going to look like. And there is the second one. And that is how to waste 80,000 super coins in a matter of seconds. Wow. So if we go into Combinable, there's our Stephanie Vaquer, and we're going to change one of these images over her with the NXT title. I think that is a very, very cool look. And let's swap over one of the images of the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes. I'm not sure what one we're going to go for. We have a lot to choose from. Just a case of deciding. I've always really liked that image. I think it looks really, really cool. I'm hoping that the stream is actually working. I haven't even tested the chat. Okay, the chat does work. So that is very, very good. That's not a terrible one either. Brian Moser says hi. Hello, Brian Moser. This isn't going to be a particularly long stream. It's literally just showing off the new cards. And we are also going to go ahead and make some pros. We are one match away from proing the Empress Asuka. We can make the pro Uncle Howdy. So you can see that one of these is missing his variant. He's only got 4 variants as opposed to 5, but that doesn't matter. We are still going to be able to make the perfect pro because they both have their level 100, both have the 100 matches. Let's go ahead and combine these. And there we are. There is a pro Uncle Howdy, which is very interesting. It's got a lot of animation in the face, but we all know that it is the start animation for these cards that is really, really cool, which is awesome. Let's go ahead and train up our Uncle Howdy. Well, we need to train up a few cards, actually. Let's go ahead and put Uncle Howdy into the Performance Center. There we are. That should be enough to get him up to level 105. And it looks like Uncle Howdy has already overtaken our Jordan Grace. Jordan Grace, who of course has all 10 variants and 28 matches. But you can see that Uncle Howdy with only 2 variants has somehow surpassed that because he is of course a special edition card, which is very, very cool. We're going to level up the Stephanie Vacours and the Cody Rhodes as well. But these ones, we're just going to use 3 unhinged cards. Sylvan Merida says, I'm back. Welcome back. I'm not sure where you're back from, but welcome. We're now into using the Canes, the unhinged Cane cards. And now the Cody Rhodes. And the second Cody Rhodes. Okay, there we go. We have leveled all the cards up. Now the next thing we need to do is we've got to play our Deal of Destiny. We've got to play our free games. But if we do one more tarot tournament here, we're going to get the pro of the JC Mateo. So let's go ahead and start that. Okay, very, very easy opening victory, which is very, very cool. 230,000 in charisma. Welcome all the members of the Grand Cat Grand Fleet. If you have not clicked that subscribe button, now would be an excellent time to do so. I see there is 61 of you in the chat right now, watching the live stream. Hello to each and every single one of you. It doesn't matter whether we win or lose this fight, because we've already unlocked the ability to challenge JC Mateo. And our Fortified 1 Undertaker will beat JC Mateo in every single category without any boosts. So we really don't need to worry about this one. It's going to be power. And we are at 146,000 power. But just for fun, let's go ahead and make it 220,000 against 83,000. And this will give us the pro of the JC Mateo as well. And there we go, a perfect KO. And we now have our second JC Mateo. The formerly known Jeff Cobbs. Get these little draft picks out of the way. Let's go ahead and dust those. And we're not going to do the Mystic map just yet, but you can see that by making that pro Uncle Howdy, we've added another star. Of course, once we get the pro of JC Mateo and Asuka and Devon, those stars will only continue to go up. And of course, we then need to make our way into completing Andre and of course Jade Cargill. Once we've got all of the stars, then we're going to make a start on Mystic Map. Now today we've also got a reward, our daily streak. Oh, a tournament reward? What's this? Those just show up on occasion. I don't know why. It's very interesting. It may be from points where I was going to lose generally with females, and maybe I've exited out and it's counted it. Okay, we got Robert Roode there, which is unfortunately not something that we desperately need. Let's go ahead and get these draft picks out of the way. And let's go ahead and dust those. for anyone that did miss it, let's go ahead and very quickly show you the Stephanie Vacours and the Cody Rhodes that we got, the WrestlePalooza ones. I really like this one with the NXT title over Stephanie Vacours' shoulder. It'd be really nice if it was the world title instead of the NXT title, but you know, I won't be picky. What I would really like is one with Cody Rhodes with the title. I think that is long overdue and well deserved. Of course, we've also got our JC Mateo, so let's go ahead and train him up now. There we go, that JC Mateo is now up at level 100. So I can now begin the process of leveling that one. The other one is already fully charged and fully maxed. We just need to get 100 matches, and then we'll be able to make the pro of that one. And we are one match away from proing Asuka. So if we were to go ahead and play one game of Wild here, we can do that as well. Then we can see what the Pro Asuka animation looks like. And that was literally all we needed. You don't need to win the match, you just need to play it. But of course, the Empress of Tomorrow managed to win as well. I should have swapped over the JC Mateo to the other one so that we can start leveling him up as well. And of course, AJ Styles is going to be a pro because there's an AJ Styles that you get right before AJ Lee in Road to Glory. So that's why I'm going to be leveling him up, because I already know that I'm going to get the pro of him. Got 2 draft picks here. And what that did is that will have allowed us to now go into the Performance Center and claim our Pro Asuka, which means that we can now throw in our JC Mateo, or Stephanie Vacour, or the Cody Rhodes. I'm going to put JC Mateo in here, I think. Or am I? Nope, I'm going to put in Stephanie Vacour because the females are always harder to get matches for than the males are. And this makes more sense to me. And we can now go ahead and make the pro of our Empress of Tomorrow Asuka. So let's see what this looks like as we combine our 2 Asukas. And this should be our strongest female so far. Okay, so the animation doesn't have an awful lot going on. We've got Asuka kind of moving her mask back and forward. She is twirling her hair. There's the audience down at the bottom. There's the shine on the Royal Rumble 2018, which is, of course, the Royal Rumble that Asuka won. I think it was the first Women's Royal Rumble, if memory serves me correct. And there is the startup animation, which is very, very cool indeed. I also like how the little crown is flowing above her head and follows her. So that is another cool little thing. And let's go ahead and level up our Asuka. And if we go into train, go ahead and use 1, 2, 3 Baileys. And that should be enough. And there you can see that Asuka has already surpassed Uncle Howdy, even though both of them have 0 matches and 2 variants, which shows just how powerful that Asuka is going to become. There is the Finn Balor that we got from the previous video as well. So let's just take a look at general with our Eon cards. So you can see that Asuka is currently our 3rd strongest card, and let's compare her to some of the SummerSlam 25 cards. And she's still a little bit weaker than Zelina Vega, but Zelina Vega does have this equipment on her to increase her speed. So I think that Asuka may surpass Zelina Vega very, very quickly. I don't think it's going to take much longer for her to get past there. And that is a very, very cool start to our Eon tier. So in Road to Glory, of course, we're going to get Axiom, Asuka, Afa, Angelo Dawkins, Adriana Rizzo, Akira Tozawa, AJ Styles and AJ Lee. Of course, the theme here is that they all start with the letter A. Now let's go into Deal of Destiny. We're going to play here for free. We're not going to waste credits, at least if I can help it. If I seem that I'm getting close to the end or such, I'll maybe go for it. So we're starting off with a briefcase, which is not fantastic. So we're just going to go ahead and go higher than a 6. As I said, not fantastic. And we are just going to claim an exit right there, rather unfortunately. We also have a free pack over here that has a 5% chance of having the Dominic Mysterio. Gives us 3 rare to draft picks and 5 heart tokens as well. So we've got 3 rare to draft picks, and we managed to get it in the first one. So our Eon card is Montez Ford. That's a cool looking Montez Ford. It reminds me of, if you guys have ever seen the Mortal Kombat 3 little matchup cards before they actually begin fighting, like Sub-Zero and Scorpion and that sort of thing. Of course, we're talking about Mortal Kombat 3 Ultimate because Sub-Zero and Scorpion weren't in, well, Scorpion wasn't in the regular Mortal Kombat 3. Sub-Zero, I think, was. But anyway, that's getting far too much into Mortal Kombat and less about WWE Supercard, so I shall stop talking about that. We got a Zelina Vega, and we'll go over here to this corner, and we've got an Rizzo as well. So we'll lock down the Montez Ford for the time being. We're going to go ahead and dust Zelina Vega and Rizzo as well. We unfortunately don't need those cards. We are really only looking for Eon cards from now on. And we also have our Lights Out to play for today, which is also free. It gives you a bonus chance of getting the Dominic Mysterio. Last time I paid the full 1,900 credits and didn't get anything, so we're not doing that again. We're just going to do this for free and see what we get. It's really bad. We went through 6 picks without before we got our first one on the board. I, for some reason, don't think we're getting Dominic Mysterio from this Lights Out game. And we're just going to go ahead and claim an exit there. And I don't think you've got any chance of getting the Dominic Mysterio unless you complete at least 1 row or 1 column. I think this is all just the old school cards. And not only that, but also wastes a tremendous amount of space in your inventory having all this crap. I think if WWE Supercard is listening, what I would really like is the ability to dust these cards after opening a pack, because I don't really want to click done and have these go into my inbox. I would rather just dust them right here and now, but unfortunately there is currently not an option to do that, so that would be something that would just be a nice little improvement to the game. And there we are. I think that is us. Selvin Merida says, can you gift me Battle Pass? I'm not doing a Battle Pass giveaway today, not in this video. I have done them in the past, and of course, the more subscribers we get, the more giveaways there will be. I think the next time we will do a giveaway is when we reach 7,500 subscribers. We're currently at 7.16 thousand at the moment. We might do one a little bit earlier if there is a special occasion or a special event, but I don't just give away a Battle Pass every single live stream, unfortunately. That is not how that works, but of course, whenever there is a Battle Pass to be given away, I will make a big deal about it. Lewis asks, what's the best way of getting super coins? There's many different ways. You'll see that from the quest here. In fact, let's do some of these quests. If you play a game in any event mode or Money in the Bank, and of course for the Finn Balor you have to play the PvP games, the best way I find is to put on PvP and play in the Royal Rumble. That's going to give you the most super coins. I've not been playing the PvP because I was at over 150,000 super coins. Of course, Also playing in TBG gets you additional super coins. If you look at the rewards here, you're going to get 700 for winning a TBG, and Money in the Bank is also a nice quick way of just getting just super coins. But you'll also find that you get a lot of super coins from things like Dealer of Destiny and other such little events like that. So there's so many different ways that it gives you super coins, and also you get super coins on occasion from packs. Like example, this Dirty Dominic pack. If you were to buy it, oh, this one doesn't give you super coins. Interesting. Normally they do, but generally you see that a few of these things they'll have some form of super coins in them. Interestingly, none of the Dominic Mysterio ones do. Huh. This one gives you 500 super coins. And it also gives you a bonus chance, a 1% bonus chance of a foil Eon card, which is very, very low chances. Kendall says, yo, Kendall, welcome to the live stream. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to go ahead and dust all of those old school cards that we just do not need. I don't think there's anything here. If there's any that have a little flashing star, I will keep it and I will make it into a pro. But I do not see any. And we'll also see if there's any additional ones here. There is lots. And unfortunately, I don't think we need any of these guys either. Like I said, it would have been so much easier if it just allowed me to dust those cards immediately after playing, rather than forcing me to go back into this. Let me just check, make sure there isn't any additional ones. Nope, I don't think there is. We are good. Okay. So we've done our Dealer Destiny, we've done our Daily Streak, we've done our Lights Out, we've used some tarot cards, we've used some tarot tournaments even, we've made some pros, we made the Pro Asuka, and we made the Pro Uncle Howdy. And if we go into here, you'll see that the Asuka now goes into our Shard Multiplier. Now you can see our Shard Multiplier is up at 12, but we're still not going to do a Mystic Map until we get this all the way up to 24. We need to make the Pro JC Mateo, we need to make the Pro Reverend Devon, we need to get the Giant Big Old Andre, we need to get 2 of him, and we also need 2 of Justice, which is of course Jade Cargo. Once we get all of those pros done, then I'm going to work on Mystic Map. We'll work on getting Triple H, we'll work on getting the Seth freaking Rollins, and of course the Oracle Paul Heyman. So the next video that will go up will be probably when I complete Road to Glory. Road to Glory is going to start in 1 hour and 36 minutes, but do remember that you've got all these quests to do that you can try and get yourself the free Dominic Mysterio. And speaking of the quest, let's go ahead and claim these now. Oh, it gives us a heart token as well, and that is very, very cool. And a couple of old school Dominics. What could we pull from that there? It did have a bonus chance of having the Dominic in it, but unfortunately we didn't get him. And it contains 3 old school Dominics. And for resetting the draft board, just gives you a WrestleMania 41 Dominic, which is all you get from that one. For using our super move 25 times, it's going to give you 10 star tokens. For acquiring 200 of the Legacy Dominic Mysterios, it's going to give you a SummerSlam 25 Dominic. And then, of course, winning a match with a Dominic Mysterio card, it's going to give you 10 of the old school cards, which I'm going to try and work towards as well. Speaking of, in our daily quest, we only need to play 3 PvP games, so let's do that very, very quickly over here. We're going to go into Edit, and we're going to swap out our Zelina Vega for our Asuka. And do we have any other cards that need leveling up? How about our Jordan Grace? We've also got 3 Dominic Mysterios in here, because that will make completing the Dominic Mysterio quest significantly faster. But instead of Undertaker, I think we're maybe going to go for... Let's go for Finn Balor so that we can start leveling him up a little bit as well. And let's jump in. Let's play a couple of games of war. This is it wanting me to make sure that I am not a robot, because I have been doing an awful lot of stuff in the game. It just wants to make sure that I am playing legitimately. And after we play these 3 games of war, I am going to end the little stream there. Let's go ahead and go for Finn Balor and Dominic. And then, of course, we're going to go for Asuka for this one. The Empress of Tomorrow. There she is with the Asuka lock. And then it is going to be Jordan Grace against Jordan Grace. But of course, ours is more powerful. Did you see that saying plus 5,555 points? It's plus 41. I saw that. That was a weird glitch. Only happened for a second there. I was really hoping that it would just give me like 5,000 points and I would just like fly up to the next tier, but no such luck. That would have been ridiculous. Power and Charisma, let's go ahead and use our Finn Balor. And then, of course, a Dominic Mysterio. We'll go for this one. Unfortunately, Toughness and Charisma are Dominic's weakest stats. Power and Speed are his two main ones. It just did it again there. I saw the 5,555. That's a weird optical glitch. It doesn't actually do anything in game, it's just a weird little thing. We're going to go ahead and go with Finn Balor once more. Then Asuka. The Tarot card Special Edition Pros are really, really well worth your time getting. They are very, very strong cards. And there we go, we've completed our daily quest today. So let's go ahead and claim our rarity draft pick. See if we can pull anything cool from this. Just going to go ahead and claim this. And we'll claim our 15 draft picks as well. We're going to leave the blue crystals there because we're already maxed out in blue crystals. And we can claim them whenever we need to. Let's go 27 draft picks. Let's go ahead and just get these out of the way while we're here. Let's give us another heart token. Do remember that you can pull 20 heart tokens and 10 star tokens every single day off the draft board. So absolutely well worth your time just playing random games to get into the draft board more and get more of those tokens. They do help out tremendously. Game forgetting to load in that last card for a second there. I'm just going to go ahead and dust those. We did manage to get 2 heart tokens and a star token from that, which is pretty cool. Now here is our free rare to draft pick. And we'll go for the bottom right hand corner, which we got an unhinged Roman Reigns, which we don't really need. So I think we'll just go ahead and dust that card off. And there we go. So the next thing I am going to do is I'm going to go into Wild and let's begin leveling up some of these cards. We're going to, of course, level up the Stephanie Vacour WrestlePalooza cards. We are also going to go and make the Pro JC Mateo, but we're also going to go ahead and level up our Cody Rhodes. And we're just going to make a slightly weaker card so that we can... Oh, there's old school cards in here that have somehow managed to escape. We're going to put a up arrow on JC Mateo so that the down arrows can tag Cody Rhodes with JC Mateo, and we're going to go ahead and put a right arrow on Stephanie Vacour so the two Stephanie Vacours tag with each other as well. Now I'm just going to sit there and play Wild, try and level those cards up, and then I'm going to play Road to Glory. I'm going to edit the deck so that I can level up as many cards as possible. Interesting. Let's go ahead and see what ones it is that I'm going to go ahead and just go to needs matches. So Jordan Grace, of course. Stephanie Vacour. I think we're going to swap this one out for the other Stephanie Vacour for the time being. Let's go ahead and swap out with cards that need matches. So it's going to make the deck a little bit weaker, but at the beginning of Road to Glory, we'll be able to easily win all of these games. And I think I might as well just try and level up some more of these Eon cards that I have been neglecting for a little bit. I do want to leave a couple of Dominic Mysterios in there, but I guess I can do the Dominic Mysterios a little bit later on. And I think we'll maybe even just leave Taker in here, even though he's already like fully maxed out. Because the next one would just be like one of these cards. Don't know if I really care enough. Actually, I'll leave that in there just now. Hector says hi. Hello, Hector. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. I am literally just about to end the stream, unfortunately, so you came in right at the tail end. Let's go ahead and claim these Battle Pass rewards. Battle Pass is another good way of getting super coins, of course. And also credits. Do we want to lock anything down from there? We're going to lock down the Unhinged Train up. And I think that's going to be it. We're at level 19. I think maybe from playing Road to Glory, it might get us those last 6 little rewards as well. Let's go ahead and use our level up here, which is going to give us an equipment, which is an Eon Ambush. It's not the best, but it's certainly not the worst. Sky Eclipse says, hey, at least I made an appearance. Hello, Sky Eclipse. Welcome. I hope you and Milo are doing very, very well. And there we are. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start working on these, and hopefully I'll have a pro Cody Rhodes, a pro Stephanie Vacour, and maybe even a pro JC Mateo, and a pro of Reverend Devon to show you all when the next video comes about. But as I said, folks, that is going to be it for this little video, and I really hope that you've all enjoyed, and if you did enjoy it, please give me a like, share, and subscribe, and if you are subscribed, make sure you click that notification icon so that you can see when more of these glorious little videos go out, and we shall see you all in the next video. Goodbye, everyone.